The PGA Championship is putting Tulsa on the map, why organizers say T-Town should be considered a sports city.
May be considered the windy city this morning. We have very strong winds now, 20 to 40 miles per hour. But my update, a cold front that's going to change some things for the weekend.
And a special connection between golfer Rory McIlroy and a student from Broken Arrow, how the golf pro helped him keep going after a car crash.
And when the PGA asks, Tulsa delivers. More than 3,000 folks volunteering their time. We'll speak with Kenny Martin, who's over that army that settles here at Southern Hills.
And a big milestone for a McDonald's fan. Still ahead, how many Big Macs this guy has eaten over the past 50 years.
Oklahoma's own News on 6 starts now.
Good morning. Welcome to 6 in the morning at 9 a.m. News on 6 at 9 a.m. I'm Tess Monty.
I'm Dave Davis.
I'm Alan Crown. It looks like to me he kept the boxes that all those are in, right? He's like filing them away or whatever.
An easy way to keep record of it, right?
He was made for that world record.
I guess. Hey, well, we appreciate you watching this morning, and as you well know, it is a very windy start here. We have strong south winds at 20 to 40. We've seen some gusts at 43 to 45 miles per hour. I'm going to get straight to it. I don't think this afternoon will be quite as windy as this morning. The winds will still be with us, but they're going to come down a little bit. So 78 right now. South winds at 20, gusting to 40 miles per hour. The dew point's at 68. The barometer is rising. We don't have anything on the radar right now. We will have storm chances again late tonight, early tomorrow. Straight to the forecast now. The highs today, upper 80s, near 90. If we don't hit 90, and there is a chance that we may not hit 90 today, and we'll stay just below it by a degree or two, it's not going to feel like yesterday's 90. It's not going to be quite as muggy through the afternoon. However, you still need to remain hydrated, obviously. But then the front pushes through, the temperatures drop, and look what happens to the weekend. This is going to be a big change here in northern Oklahoma. Southeastern Oklahoma Saturday, the far southern areas will not be this chilly, at least initially. It'll take a little longer for the front to enter your area, but Saturday is looking pretty cool here. Upper 50s and some lower 60s. Sunday morning starts at 48, and the daytime high will top out only in the mid to upper 60s. The front has already entered northwestern Oklahoma. Temperatures behind that in the 50s and 60s, ahead of it 70s and 80s, and we have a stout wind. High temperatures today. Again, some upper 80s and lower 90s, and then it's going to change quite a bit over the next 24 to 36 hours. Now, later tonight, this is the severe weather risk assessment. A lot of this is initially centered upon south central Oklahoma, but there will be a chance for a few storms across our area that would be severe. I'll have more on the timeline straight ahead.
Thank you, Alan. We are following breaking news this morning. Tulsa police are investigating after a body was found near 21st and Garnett.
News on 6's Brooke Griffin is live for us with the details. Brooke?
Well, Tulsa police have cleared the scene at this point. In the last 30 minutes or so, they were able to get everything cleared in this area. Now, this is at Christ View Christian Church near 21st and Garnett. They tell me that around 5 o'clock this morning, they got a call about a man pinned under a vehicle here at the church. They say that when they arrived, they found one man dead, still under the car, and another man who had been hit, but he was up and walking around while he was screaming. They say that both of those men were related somehow, and they were both homeless. The driver was still at the scene and has been arrested. He was first taken to the hospital to get medically cleared, but they say that they will be questioning him after he is cleared. Now, the woman passenger in that car has not been found. She ran away from the scene. Police say after talking to witnesses, they learned that the driver of the Ford Mustang hit one man, then ran over the other. The first man got up after he was hit and started attacking that driver. Police say that he did beat up the driver pretty badly. Now, again, homicide detectives were here investigating. They have not ruled this as a homicide at this time. They are still trying to question some people and figure out what happened. But again, homicide detectives were here. And as we continue to learn more about this odd situation that happened this morning, we will get that out to you. Live in Tulsa, Brooke Griffin, Oklahoma's own News on 6.
You Brooke. News on 6 has had you covered this week when it comes to coverage of the 2022 PGA Championship at Southern Hills.
Our co-anchor Leanne Taylor starts off our live team coverage from Southern Hills Country Club. Good morning once again, Leanne.
Hey, good morning. We actually have a tie for first, which is crazy. Justin Thomas teed off this morning these winds are crazy out here. He's already down -2, which puts him from yesterday's score a -5, tied with Rory McIlroy. That's incredible. What an amazing sight. We've been kind of watching the weather. Folks have been coming in and trying to figure out, how do I dress? What do I need? Are we going to need rain gear? But the weather is really nice right now, and it looks like JT is tearing it up. So we'll see how the rest of the day plays out. Now, I will mention that the folks who teed off early yesterday tee off this afternoon and vice versa. So Tiger Woods, who teed off yesterday morning at 8:11, will be teeing off this afternoon at 1:36. So be aware of that. An update on Tiger: he got off to a great start yesterday, was 2 under, but struggled down the stretch and gave up 6 shots, coming in at 74 a score. But we'll be excited to see what happens today and how the weather will certainly impact the golfers. Golf's biggest stage is really nothing new to Southern Hills. It's been so exciting to watch this unfold. We are starting to see here Tulsa we are kind of a big deal when it comes to sports. Let's check in with News on 6's Cal Day with that story. Cal?
Yeah, Leanne, good morning. Been working on my Chris Collinsworth slide in here this morning for this shot. But of course, tournament director Brian Karn says Tulsa being the host for the PGA Championship really validates our city as pretty significant sports market across the country. Karn says many people think that a city may need an NFL or an NBA team to make it successful, but Tulsa's interest in events like this championship validates us across the country. The city is home to collegiate events and franchises like FC Tulsa, the Chili Bowl, and is now the headquarters for BMX. The Ironman Triathlon also set to take place in Tulsa for the 2nd consecutive year. Organizers say these types of events play a role in Tulsa's contention as a host for future sporting events.
It's really about the next 10 years, 15 years between when we come back and making sure that the Ironmans, the NCAA tournaments, all the other things that Tulsa I know is working on bringing into the city, that those continue to come and that Tulsa points to this PGA Championship saying, look, if we can do this, we can do anything.
And you just got to think about this Sunday, how busy it's going to be. Right. Championship round's going to be finishing up out here at Southern Hills. Meanwhile, just in our downtown area, Ironman getting underway in parts of Tulsa and Osage counties.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I know you were ready to compete in the Ironman, but now you have to be out here covering this stuff. So anyway, yeah, we've got much more from here in Southern Hills. And of course, we're going to have a special connection with a young man from Broken Arrow who has a unique relationship with Rory McIlroy, and why he's really giving Rory the praise for helping him through a tough battle. We'll have that story and much more from here at Southern Hills, where it's windy and sunny, guys. Back to you.
Enjoy it. Live it up, I guess. Thank you, Leanne. Cal.
It sure does look like Leanne's enjoying it, doesn't it?
Just needs a ponytail holder if it's going to be that windy. Crews are setting up downtown for the Ironman Triathlon this weekend.
The race starts Sunday morning out at Keystone State Park and ends in downtown Tulsa. There are several road closures across green country throughout the day. Some racers are already checking in at the Ironman Village at OSU Tulsa. Athletes will swim 2.4 miles, bike over 100 miles, no big deal, and run 26.2 miles to the finish line back into downtown at Guthrie Green. Wow.
Trying to figure out which one would be the hardest of the. I think that I've actually run a full marathon, but I think that would be the hardest because you've already swam and biked.
I think open water swimming would be tough for me. 2 miles, that sounds like a lot in open water.
Alan, what about you? All three?
I have no battery.
Oh, Alan wants Dave and I to do the weather today.
Or he said that he doesn't have a battery and maybe we can wait. I don't know.
Well, I was just going to help him out and say that it was going to be windy and there's a cold front coming. But we're going to check in with him when he gets that battery all fixed up. We'll be right back after the break.